welcome back to Red Mug Music. I'm Brian, and today I wanted to talk about a band that I did a video. Actually, it was the second video of this channel that I ever did, and I was ranking all of the Duran Duran studio albums, and it still gets views even today, and that was over a year ago. And I wanted to revisit Duran Duran in some fashion, and I was really thinking, how can I do that? And then the other day I was listening to Duran Duran like a week ago, and a song came on, and I just absolutely loved that song. I mean, I've heard it so many times, but it's just, when we think of Duran Duran, we think of Rio and Hungry Like the Wolf and even Ordinary World and View to a Kill and Wild Boys and, things, songs like that. But Duran Duran was so much more than just those big hits. And that's one reason why I really love Duran Duran. And it also got me thinking about the sound of Duran Duran. I was thinking, the reason why Duran Duran were able to last from the 80s all the way until, 2021, because I'm sure, they just released another song, was a David Bowie cover, but they're still going strong, is two reasons. Two main reasons. There's many reasons, but there's two big reasons why Duran Duran sounds like Duran Duran and have been able to be so successful over the years, and that's Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes. Now, John Taylor is very essential to me, to Duran Duran, but if you remember, he's not always been there, and they've still been able to release records and do a really good job. And I have one particular record in mind, for example, to prove this point. Of course, Roger Taylor's an exceptional drummer, and I love Roger Taylor, but he's not really been there a lot. And when he has been, he does have a particular sound, but it's not as necessary. And Andy Taylor has been pretty much not part of the band most of the time, except for the early years and their reunion Astronaut album, which is a shame, because I would like the 5 original members to be this, the members now, but they're not. But if you remember, albums like Notorious, I mean, that was pretty much Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes and John Taylor. And that was probably my favorite lineup and one of my favorite Duran Duran albums there are. I just absolutely love that album. But one album that comes to mind whenever I did my ranking, my Duran Duran ranking, I'll throw it up above if you want to go see that, is whenever I did my ranking, a lot of people were upset or were asking the questions, why did you not include So Red the Rose? It's like, well, it's not Duran Duran. It is Duran Duran, but it's not Duran Duran. It's Arcadia, so I didn't include that. And maybe that was a mistake, because I know that's a very, very good album, and it's one of my favorite albums. But the lineup was Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes, and supposedly Roger Taylor, but I don't think he really played on that album, if he did, not very much. So one of everyone's favorite Duran Duran album is just Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes in the So Red the Rose album with Arcadia. And that tells me that they two are the key ingredients to Duran Duran. Now, again, I think John Taylor is one of the best bassists of all times. He is a phenomenal bassist, and I have to have him in Duran Duran, or I will tantrum in the streets. But all I'm saying, for them to create a very good album, they need Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes. So I was listening to this song the other day, and I thought, you know what? These types of songs that Duran Duran did are some of my absolute favorite, and are some of the biggest reasons why I am a Duran Duran fan. And these songs, what I wanted to do like my top 5 my top 5 favorite Duran Duran songs that were moody and beautiful and slow and had, ambient sounds and were just really dark and but these songs also really shows off Simon Le Bon's voice and to prove that he has such a beautiful melodic voice. And this is another point I want to bring up about Duran Duran before I get to this list is Simon Le Bon has the most beautiful voice, and it's so melodic and it's so different, and you don't hear anybody else that sounds like Simon Le Bon. And one reason why I like Duran Duran so much is because no matter what kind of song they're singing or playing, and what kind of structure or what genre, if it's more dance or whatever it is, he always goes to, or most of the time goes to, this melodic chorus. And even some of the songs that I think the verses are kind of messy or kind of just not that great, it always spills into this melodic chorus, and it makes me love that song. Even though I don't like all its parts, I love the song because it's almost like they did it on purpose. So it was a little bit more of a suspense. We're gonna just kind of churn this particular sound for a while, and then we're just gonna dump it right into this chorus that you're gonna love. And that's what they're really good at. And all these songs that I'm going to list today, they could not exist without Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes. Absolutely not. So let's get into the list. So these are my top 5 Duran Duran favorite songs that are like moody and dark and just really, really deep and beautiful. And here we go. The first song everybody pretty much knows that is a Duran Duran fan. It's called The Chauffeur from the Rio album. This song, I like the way it just kind of slowly fades in as the song starts, and it just creates a certain type of feeling. It's so moody and it's just perfect. And a lot of the, piano chords, and they just strike it so hard, and there's so much emotion in this song. This is definitely going to be on this list. And another thing about The Chauffeur, it's Simon Le Bon with some of his best lyrics he's ever written. It's just phenomenal. All right, the next song is from the Notorious album by Duran Duran, and the lineup, if you don't know, is Simon Le Bon, Nick Rhodes, and John Taylor. But this particular song is just pretty much Nick Rhodes with Simon Le Bon singing, and the name is called Winter Marches On. Winter Marches On, every time it comes on, I think of winter. I think of Christmas because it sounds like sleigh bells. But again, it's the way he sings a song, it's so slow and just so moody, and his voice is just able to just hold on to every note as long as they are. But it's a certain mood that you're going to be in to listen to it, or it's going to put you in. So number 4, Winter Marches On. All right, from a number 3 song. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to include Arcadia. I'm not going to not ever include them again because this is Duran Duran. And from that album called So Red the Rose, my number 3 song is going to be Missing. Now, again, this is pretty much Simon Le Bon and Nick Rhodes. And this, I think the song structure is gorgeous. It's just very interesting how they put the song together. And I think Nick Rhodes had everything to do with this album, or this particular song. And the way Simon Le Bon sings it, like he just fills all the gaps with this beautiful, again, very melodic voice, but it's so haunting and just mesmerizing, and it's just beautiful. I think all of these songs are just beautiful. All right, from a number 2 song, it's coming from the same exact album. So Red the Rose by Arcadia. And the song is called Lady Ice. Now, when this starts playing, it sounds like it's like you're standing in the middle of like a haunted mansion, and it just gives you a certain creepy, very moody, very dark feel. And again, just the music quality is fantastic. Simon Le Bon's voice is fantastic. This is just absolutely these are some of the best songs that Duran Duran has ever done, or Arcadia. But Lady Ice, number 2. Now for my number 1 song by Duran Duran, I should have had a particular name for this, but the moody and the dark and the just very deep and beautiful type music that they did is from their album Big Thing, and it's called Palomino. I remember the first time I heard it, I thought it was so amazing. I listened to Palomino so many times, and it's got that haunting, the echoes of his voice and the music and all the ambient sounds. And, Nick Rhodes just hit it out of the park with all 5 of these songs. But Simon Le Bon's voice again is fantastic. He fills in all the gaps exactly the way it should be, and just kills it. And maybe for all of you passive Duran Duran fans, you may not know these. Maybe you've never heard any of these. And that could be a really good indicator that, you probably just like the big hits, View to a Kill, Wild Boys, Rio, Hunger Like the Wolf. And that's fine because they're fantastic songs. But I can definitely tell you Duran Duran is much deeper than that. And they're very good musicians, and they put on a very good show live. And it's some of the best music that's out there. And I think they get overlooked a little too much, and which is a huge shame. But anyway, that's it. That's my top 5 deep, dark, moody, haunting Duran Duran songs, and I hope you enjoyed it. So that's going to be it for this week. I'm glad you were able to join me. If you haven't done it yet, follow me on at Red Mug Music on Instagram. And also, if you haven't done it already, or if you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. That's going to help me out tremendously. And you can also ring the bell if you want to, and that's just going to give you a notification every time I put a new video out so you don't miss it. And if you have any ideas about what you would like to hear, or on this channel, or something you want to talk about, because I like to have the conversation with you after the video, I want you guys to start commenting. Let's talk it out in the comments. That's one of my favorite things to do. But let me know what you would like to see or hear on this channel, and that would be fantastic. So again, thanks for joining me this week, and I will see you all next week.